Thank you very much. So hello everyone. Indeed, I'm gonna present mdarray-linalg. So it is indeed mdarray-linalg with a M like in Mike and not an N like in November. So it is not a typo. It is intended. So the idea here is to provide linear algebra crate based on already existing backends. So we didn't write any linear algebra code. We just wrapped backends that are already existing. For the crate mdarray that is not very well known yet, but I will introduce it to you a bit and introduce what we did over that. So the idea is to have this kind of syntax with you can change the backend very easily and use linear algebra features. So first, who are we? So I'm Pierre Wulles, and I work with Christophe Grotte in CEA, French laboratory in Grenoble. And we are a physicist. And more specifically, we are doing what are so-called quantum-inspired algorithms. So basically, the ideas are to simulate quantum computers. For that, we need to handle tensors of arbitrary rank, mainly. And we want to do that in a very fast way. So we want to have optimization for when the tensors are small, which happen quite often. And we want to be able to do linear algebra on top of that. And Christophe and I, we are the computer science guy of the lab, but there are also a lot of pure physicists, and they want to use abstraction, and they want the abstraction to be zero cost, so that they don't add any computation time. So that's why we've been working on this library. So we first consider several solutions to do all of this. Of course, there was the mdarray solution, so with N like in November. There was faer, there was an algebra, there were a lot of libraries that were doing linear algebra in Rust, but not all of them could match what we really need until we found out mdarray, so very small library at the time, still not used that much today. And mdarray has been inspired by the project, the C++ project, mdarray mdspan from the Cocos project for those who know. So the idea is to take part of, some optimization that can be done when dealing with multidimensional array. So it has been written in the idea of high performance computing. So if I put it in bullet point, in mdarray, you can have constant dimensions. So you could declare an array like that, A, and have the first two dimensions to be usize, arbitrary number. And then the third dimension is a const 4. And so this will allow the compiler to unroll the loop or do any optimization due to the fact that the compiler already knows the third dimension is a const 4. Then it mirrors the Rust slice semantics. So the vec slice or string str semantics is mirrored in mdarray in a quite really nice way. So you have the same on tensor versus slice. That is exactly the same idea. It has zero dependencies. So when you pull out mdarray, you're just pulling out mdarray, anything else, and not anything else. And you have, which is quite a bit subjective point, but still it's important. It has a very elegant API, very minimalistic. It exposes just the bare minimum from everything. And so it's just a multidimensional crate, nothing else. And so it was lacking linear algebra support. So this is what we did. So mdarray was not our work, it was already existing work. And what we did is just adding linear algebra. So how we wanted to do that is not rewrite any linear algebra library, because there are already a lot that exist and they're really good. So of course you have the good old LAPACK, but you also have faer and algebra. So what we did here is we have a crate, mdarray-linalg, that has all the traits. So the traits are going to be like matmul for matrix multiplication, or SVD, eigenvalues, whatever they are the trait. And you have also the naive backend. So naive backend is already included in mdarray-linalg. And then the idea is that you have a crate for debugging and testing. So, but it's the algorithm in it are written in a very naive way, as it is said. And so do not expect any performance from that, but it is a good thing if you don't want to install any BLAS, LAPACK, or pull faer or Nalgebra. Then the idea is that the library is generic over the backend. So you can write functions that are going to be generic over the type, but also over the backend. So it means that you can, after you wrote your own library or your own code, you can still change backend very easily. So I'm going to show some examples. So let's say that you have defined a backend, and if you want to do a simple operation like find eigenvalues, well, it's mathematically not that simple, but from the interface, it is quite simple. You just do backend that can be whatever backend that implement the trait egg, and you give it the matrix A. So which has to be immutable because this method will write in A. And then you have another way to do things. It is the builder pattern. So you will have the backend. Here we call, for example, the matrix multiplication operation. And then you can chain several parameters. So here you can ask to scale or add other parameters. So what we did that is that there are backends library like BLAS or LAPACK that have a lot of arguments. And we want the people that use our library to be able to use all the options or this very exhaustive all the libraries, but we also want them to be able to write things in a fast way. So you could just write backend matmul eval, or you can scale, use some optimization that exists in BLAS or whatever you need. So here I'm describing a bit more the backends. So the first one is the naive backend. So as I said, testing, debugging. BLAS and LAPACK wrap the good old BLAS and LAPACK libraries. faer and algebra. So faer is written in pure Rust, is really good for large matrices, where algebra shines more as for small matrices, which was really important for us because we often handle small matrices. And we also added the tblis. So tblis is for tensor contraction. It is very good for that. We need to do a lot of tensor contraction, and it does it like 10 times faster than reshaping the matrices, than doing the matrix multiplication in BLAS and reshaping back. So tblis for us is interesting. But what is even more interesting is that if you need a new backend, you can just add it yourself, and it will not interfere with anything that is already existing. So here I'm showing what all the backend supports. Well, so with basically BLAS and LAPACK, or just with faer or Nalgebra, you can almost do anything. I see that also the naive backend supports some stuff if you want something without pulling any other references crates. So here I'm showing an example. So first we will pull the array type from mdarray, and then from mdarray-linalg we include everything prelude star. But we did this so that it doesn't pollute the environment. So the traits are not loaded themselves. They are loaded as underscore so that it doesn't pollute your environment. And then you have to pull the backend, of course. So from the subcrate mdarray-linalg faer, you pull the backend faer, let's say, for example. And then you can create the backend. So there is a default method for that, or you can configure the backend. So this is still a work in progress, but the idea is that you will have to allow parallelization, allow certain algorithm or not. So there are already things, but it's still a work in progress. Then you create here is a matrix, a 4x4 matrix. And then you have the decomposition, which is computed as was shown in the previous example. And you unwrap it because, of course, it gives a result. And then doing dot eigenvalues or dot write eigenvectors, you get either the eigenvalues or the eigenvectors. Let's say that now you want to switch from faer to LAPACK. You just have to change faer into LAPACK, and it's done. You have the code working with LAPACK now. And now another example with another backend, BLAS. So you have two matrices, 3x4, 4x2, and third matrices, 3x2. And you do the matrix multiplication, you scale by 3, and you add to the already existing matrices. And this is done in a single pass, single operation, because it wraps the GMM BLAS subroutine. So here I've done some benchmark. just to show you. So of course the t-BLAS or faer, they have some overhead. So for small matrices, they are slower, but then they get faster for bigger matrices. And you see that the naive has no overhead, so it's really fast for very small matrices, but then gets very, very slow for big matrices. So what we want to do next is we want a simpler API for simple cases, like a macro or something from arbitrary chain matrix multiplication. We'd like to introduce GPU support, which is going to be a big part because currently mdarray doesn't support GPU, so we will have to add this somehow. And we also want auto differentiation support because it's very important for what we do in our group. So thank you very much, and if you have questions, I'm hearing you. Thank you.